Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a closer look at the C-Line MD3 made by Discmania. I haven't thrown these ones yet, so let's go take a look at how they fly. We're back at Timbrook Park today. Like I said in the intro, taking a closer look at the MD3, seeing how they fly for me, what you can expect if you haven't thrown them yet. Today I brought along two of my buzzes in comparison. I did chuck these all up in the field a couple times back and forth on my way over here, and these fly very similar to each other, so I think it's going to be a good comparison today. Get me a bunch of reps out here. I wanted to do some practice and not just play the course, but I didn't also just want to do field work, so this is what I decided to do. Thanks for coming along. Hole 11 is about 250 feet up there. Still not quite warm, I don't think, but good enough to throw. I'm going to start with the buzzes and work into the MD3s. I'll overlay a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about, but this blue one has a very decent sized dome to it, not huge, but not tiny, and the yellow one is bored flat. So I'm expecting them to fly slightly differently, but at my arm speed we might not notice that at all. Oh, yank that one. Good. So far, these things are flying pretty much exactly how I expected them to. If you're unfamiliar with the Discmania made MD3, they did change the flight numbers when they retooled this, and it's 5501. And I would say right off the shelf, they are flying true to those numbers, with the blue one having the edge with a tick more stability, as far as I can tell so far. 200-foot chip shot. I'm going to stick with the same rotation, buzz, MD3, MD3. See if I can just get these out there flat and smooth it on up there. All right, little short, not bad. Time for Chucky. That one can go in. Oh, just short, just short. Yellow, flat top. Didn't quite put enough air under that one. All right, pretty good straight flyers. That was a fan grip at, I don't know, maybe 70% or so, just smoothing them out there to try to get them straight. And that yellow one, even though I did throw it low, seemed to be holding the exact line that I put it on. So all good stuff so far. Let's carry on. Really liking these so far. If you're in the market for a straight flying mid-range with a touch of fade, MD3 is a really good option. There's a good hand feel. This C-Line is pretty stiff but tacky still. I'm really liking this disc a lot. I'm obviously a buzz guy. I throw them all the time. I prefer the hand feel slightly, though it's very similar. Buzz has almost a little flat spot right at the end of the wing here, whereas an MD3 has a similar thing but down at the bottom of the rim. So there's a slightly different hand feel, but nothing I would call uncomfortable. So holding 350 feet, 355 feet down there by the lakeside. I don't anticipate being able to get any of these there, but I wanted to stop at this hole so I could give these guys the beans and see. I expect the buzzes to have a little bit of high-speed turn. I'm not sure about the MD3s. Threw that a bit too high, but it stood up a little bit, pushed and faded as expected. Try to get this one lower on better line. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting just a slightest little bit of high-speed turn out of those guys. Looks to be about the same with that yellow MD3. All right, those are all flying great, guys. Right in a line here, all about, I don't know, maybe 75, 80 feet short of the basket. So pretty good carry on these. Very similar flights and distances. I'm impressed, everybody. I really like them. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about these, but they seem to be flying extremely similar to my buzzes. They have a similar enough hand feel. It's a really good disc, and I'm really liking the feel of this plastic. I'm not finding it slipping out or really being too tacky. Everything so far is thumbs up from me. We're about 250, 260 feet away. I want to see how they fly on hyzer. Are they going to stand up, or are they just going to push out there and hold that line? Let's start with Hellraiser as usual. Yeah, that one went right up in the clouds where you probably couldn't see it at all, but hopefully you saw it land right under the pin. That was a beautiful line. Stood up and pushed just a little bit as it carried. It's exactly what I'm looking for out of that slot. I threw that one a little flatter, once again up into the clouds with a white disc, but very similar result within a few feet of the other one. That one I pulled a little bit wide right. Did I get the skip? Oh, no skip. That one's a little short too. That one was just not a great throw overall. Let's try to correct it with the blue one here. And I threw that one higher than I wanted to, and it's slightly down the hill. Okay, well, those weren't very great representations of how the MD3 is flying for me today, so I'm gonna go collect them, give it another shot. MD3 on hyzer, round 2. There we go, get down for me. Got a little bit of a wind lift, but that was a beautiful flight. Never stood up the flat, just kept pushing and pushing on that hyzer line. Once again, exactly what I look for out of this slot in my bag. Get down. Wind's picking up a little bit. It's actually heady right left, so it's helping those get over the hill right now compared to when I threw the buzzes. All right, final thoughts. MD3, particularly in C-line plastic, as seen here, is a really good disc. It's everything that you'd expect it to be. These are 177, 178 grams, just in case I didn't mention that earlier. So aside from the dome, they are virtually identical. And the dome does give this one a slight bit, seems to have a little bit more glide and a little bit more finish, though they fly very similarly. They would cover the same slot in my bag. I didn't really throw any forehands for you today because I don't throw my buzzes or most of my mid-ranges aside from a pyro on a forehand. It's a very utility shot for me. I've had shoulder injuries in the past, and I just try to stay away from that motion if I can with any force. I like to use up shots or maybe a flippy disc on a drive, but I don't use things like this on a forehand, so I don't have that comparison for you. But overall, like I said, I don't know, shoot, let's give it a 9 out of 10 if you want to do like a sleepy scale. Slightly inconsistent with it today compared to the buzz due to the slight difference in hand feel, I would suspect, though that's nothing that I couldn't overcome with just some time in my bag. I think the buzz is going to maintain that slot for now because I have so many of them and I am so familiar with it, but this is an excellent backup choice should I lose one or just want to make a change. So 270 feet, slightly downhill. Let's see if we can leave you with an ace run. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. That's too high. Good line though. That's too much Annie. All right, let's find the happy medium here. That one might be it. Is it glidey enough to get there? Get there. She's a little short. Gonna have to put some Annie on this one, go more direct. Once again, a bit too high. No real ace runs, but I had fun checking out the MD3. I hope you did too. See you soon.